Okay, so here's where I've taken that envelope and turned it into an angular drawing, and I've tried to keep certain ideas alive as I've worked on this. So the idea of straight lines, right? I'm continuing with that with this angular drawing. I'm not rounding anything out yet. I'm just seeing things as sort of big divisions. Again, it's really important or helpful, I guess, to think about what you're doing at this stage in terms of geometry or architecture. Not getting caught up with with that vessel up there, but just seeing it as purely in terms of distances and angles. My midlines, my vertical and horizontal midlines that I started with, I've changed those as the drawing has changed. So as it shrunk a little bit or moved left a little bit, I've taken those lines with me so I can continue to use them. It doesn't make sense to have those midlines be there if they're not actually indicating where the midline is, right? Okay. As you can see, I've made a lot of changes. I've done a lot of erasing, really tried to move things around. And as I've divided things up into these smaller units, I've started thinking about the relationship, height and width relationship of each unit. So, I started here and then divided it up into three. And then this one here, so that was my middle division, I divided it up into three. This section, this section, this section. So that's how you kind of build the complexity of a drawing, by starting, by starting close with those big proportions, seeing what the next level is, making sure those proportions are right, taking it down to the next level. I've also added some construction lines here, so like I was interested in knowing where the spout was in relation to the bottom. So what I did was I used my plumb line, which gives me a perfect vertical, and on the object, from where I'm standing, I'll hang it right at that spout and see where it drops down, and if it's outside the limit of the lower part of the drawing, or if it's inside. So that's one of the challenges in drawing, is sometimes when you go high to low, you tend to lose track of where things are relative to one another. So with the plumb line, I can kind of see where everything is kind of lining up vertically along an outline. So I did the same thing over here. With this outer limit over here, was that outside this line, inside where this was, so forth. I've also taken some lines across like this horizontal, so the middle of this curve in here, I was kind of interested to see where that was in relation to this form here in the spout. So again, the more relationships your eye is sort of looking for and connecting on, then you're better able to kind of slowly vector in on where everything is. So the key is to keep your eye moving around, making as many judgments, relationship judgments as you can. Again, the easiest way to do it is through verticals and horizontals.